So tort reform has a history of failing because it's almost always an attempt by the executives of major insurance companies and their allies in the legislature to tamp down the natural response of consumers against their practices, their business practices. And the bottom line that we see is that many, not all, but many insurance companies abuse their own customers. Then they blame their own customers, and then they're surprised by the customer's ire, the customer's anger, and the customer's efforts to get the money that they deserve when they make a claim, especially for homeowner damage. In the state of Florida, we've seen a classic example of this kind of failure, and that is in 2023 is when the rules became effective that made it harder, much more difficult for the average policyholder, homeowner, to sue their insurance company for the money they felt they deserved. And so if you compare 2022, what happened in 2022 to what happened in 2024, the first year after tort reform, it's a shocking surprise for the executives of insurance companies and for the state legislature, because instead of helping to reduce the number of lawsuits, it boomeranged, it backfired, it had the opposite effect. What happened? Insurance companies were more confident that they could close claims without paying any more money, without paying any money whatsoever. And they assumed that because of tort reform, that would lead to, they would have less liability, less danger of lawsuits from consumers who were denied. But the exact opposite happened. First of all, they closed more claims without payment. Before tort reform in 2022, they closed 40% of all claims with no payment for homeowner damage. That was bad enough. But in 2024, the first year after tort reform, they upped it up, they doubled down, and they closed 47% of all claims. Meanwhile, instead of going to court less often, as everyone expected, policyholders went to court more often. So in the bottom line, it's if you look at all the claims, whether they were paid or not paid, if you looked at all claims that were closed in 2024, you'll find that the percentage of lawsuits went up 24%.